back with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, the Germany 1920 campaign. Here we are in early 1923. The first couple of years of the war were pretty rough. Our fleet steadily dwindled in size, and it was not clear if they would hold the fort down until new ships came available. We got blockaded. We got severe budget problems. The naval budget got bankrupted once. That's all in the past. The momentum has shifted, and just now, in February 1923, the British government has put out a peace feeler. They've had enough. The German Chancellor has asked our opinion. Hey, Navy. And we told them, no, keep fighting. It is time to see if the Chancellor heeds our advice as we go into March. War continues. And Jellicoe has indeed been fired. Recent failures and overall poor management must have been the cause. I just got the better of him. Although it was us who lost a transport in the North Sea this month. Yeah, so clearly, I think mechanics-wise, the British naval prestige must have hit the threshold where the head of the Navy, whether that's the senior admiral, in their case, the first Sea Lord, or the civilian minister, the first Lord of the Admiralty, whoever it is, the naval prestige reached a point where Jellicoe got fired. The question that I don't know is, and which can never be seen in a player game, is now the fellow in charge of the Royal Navy is Arthur Wilson. Is Arthur Wilson still laboring under that same naval prestige penalty? Or does it start over at 0 with this person? I don't know. Maybe it resets a little bit, but doesn't go all the way back to 0. Good. I don't know the answer to that question. In any case, no battle this month. We're getting a little bit closer. We're 5 months out from having another battleship and another battle cruiser enter the fleet. Let me sort it by type. Yeah, we're 5 months out from another battleship, 10 months out from 2 more battleships. And this will complete the Gneisenau class, which ultimately I'd kind of like to see replace the original Braunschweig. And that will depend on, well, A, whether the war's still going at that point, and B, maybe how close we are to, or actually have, imposed our own blockade. And we also have 2 more battle cruisers at 5 months and 10 months away. And as these come online, I am going to replace Königsberg and Star, who basically have light cruiser armor. And that's our program. We got 5 ships building. They're all capitals. I do not currently have any intention of building further cruisers. At the rate that their cruisers are getting trided off, I don't think we need to. And I don't see any compelling need to add any destroyers. That's kind of where we're at. And the only messages are they repaired Donegal. That was from the Battle of Heligoland. So that ship was out for a couple months. And we repaired some light damage to ours. April 1923. Here's a battle right off the coast of the Netherlands, and this is what we were looking for. It's not the Brandenburg, but we've got the Gneisenau facing off against the Canada, and unlike our initial battleships like the Saxon, Gneisenau has got the speed to force a decision. Straight ahead, says the radio boys. Now this is the economical battleship, so she's well balanced, and I think it's a sound design, but she's not completely, she doesn't have the best in most of the components. I gave her the top end rangefinder, anything that was accuracy related, she got the best there is, and also torpedo avoidance. But like the anti-flooding, the reinforced armor, the torque protection, citadel, all aux and shaft, she's not highest end on any of those sorts of things. So I was trying to keep her cost not much higher than the initial starter battleships. And her armor is okay. I think it's plenty good for the 11-inch guns of Canada, who is not yet identified. That's who it's going to be. Is she trying to run? She is. Self-angled. .8 kilometers. I suspect that's going to be close enough. A little bit of accuracy nerfs for just weather and sea conditions, and they're not terrible. And still a nerf because Canada's still moving at a high rate of speed for a battleship anymore. I've taken a very tiny bit of damage. Less than Canada has. I think we're too close for much chance of a plunging hit. 23% chance of penetration. Getting a lot of blocks, ricochets. There's a couple penetrations. I'm going to switch to HE until we get maybe a flatter shot. Improve accuracy a little bit by dropping the cruise speed. We're still faster than her. We can maintain this particular distance. get a look at the Gneisenau. I don't think both of these aft turrets are neither of these aft turrets are firing. I would have thought that own ship cruise speed would have resulted in an accuracy buff. I'm not seeing that here. Huh. Lost at least one main turret. It's kind of hard to tell with that diagram when there's a lot of turrets and a lot of other red. Not finding a whole lot to talk about. I mean, it's pretty apparent. Getting a little concerned that the distance is opening enough. We're into the yellow for ammo. I mean, she's at 26%, 8 knots. But I'd feel pretty silly if, you know, we got down to firing the last 12-inch shell and she's still sitting there at 3% structure. Pretty much lost all propulsion down to less than 5 knots. She's basically coasting to a stop. So it's inevitable. And she's taken no flooding. You know, basically we've just rained high explosive on her and just burned her down. Including apparently all of her fire and engine rooms. This turret's still up, I think. That is an 8-incher. Our 8-incher still firing. This turret's done. This turret's done. That just looks like the ship has to have a hell of a lot of roll. Oh, oops, I should have turned that back on before now. Okay. First British battleship sunk in this war. For a surprisingly low number of victory points. This is actually about what we've seen on the light cruisers, and less than what we've seen on the heavy cruisers. I suppose this is probably affected to some degree by, you know, what kills you. You know, a superior battleship, almost, you know, a larger battleship. You know, this is a 34,000 ton battleship compared to a 26,000 ton battleship, 12-inch guns, 11-inch guns, down, you know, at that level. The fact that it, you know, like if a battle cruiser with 10-inch guns, say, had done the same amount of damage and sunken this ship, I guess the VP would have been higher. Maybe. I haven't paid that much attention to it. That just seems like a low number for a battleship in this game. That's all. That is the Never did catch before. It's the Agamemnon class. Okay. Well, just coming into office after the sacking of his predecessor, loss of the Canada has got to give Mr. Wilson something to think about as we head into May. As well as the dribs and drabs of transport ships he keeps losing. No battles in May. 3 months away from another battleship and another battle cruiser. There's been a pretty big cluster of there's been a lot of clustering of battles right around in this area, which makes sense because this little sliver is the German North Sea coast, so that's going to happen. We are defending a convoy against a heavy and Eden's back. Haven't seen her in a while. Brought her buddy Meteor with her. I think that can wait for the next episode. We'll see what happens with which ship is this? Andromeda. She has escaped our clutches a number of times. We'll see if we can't do something about Andromeda in the next episode. See you then. Thanks for watching.